Is jumping off a building and committing suicide in Thailand a problem? In this video, we discuss the devastating circumstances of men jumping off buildings and committing suicide in Thailand. Jumping off buildings and committing suicide is a serious issue anywhere in the world, including Thailand. It's not specific to Western expats or any particular group. But what are the reasons why expats are committing suicide in Thailand? There isn't a single reason why Western expats or anyone else might experience mental health challenges or consider suicide. It could be due to a variety of factors such as loneliness, financial difficulties, relationship problems, mental health disorders, cultural adjustment issues, or substance abuse, amongst others. It's important to address mental health concerns with compassion and seek professional help when needed. After reading online forums and seeing circumstances that may arise in Thailand, I think many expats don't look long-term into their new life in Thailand. It's no surprise why foreign men commit suicide in Thailand, and I don't think it has to do with Thai women specifically. The number of guys who move to Thailand by any means necessary is mind-blowing. How many times have you seen guys give up their stable life back in their own country to come to Thailand and live in a shoebox-sized room and a small salary or barely survivable pension? Too many expats believe they can live on, say, 15,000 baht a month, or if they can retire on 100,000 K US dollars. For those expats, it's the greatest fun at first, but after a few years when you take a look in the mirror and realise you're around 50 to 60 years old and living like a teenager in a studio apartment and can't afford much more than street food. Maybe you have unexpected health costs and have no insurance. You then realise that instead of being looked at like a high-value man and worshipped by Thai women, they lose interest in you when they realise you can't provide any more than a normal Thai guy could. That's not the Thai woman's fault, it's just the way things roll in Thailand. Say you're a guy who sold everything back home, thinking your online consulting business will be successful and the weekly checks will flow, but it actually implodes. Or maybe you're the remote worker who starts drinking too much and you'd rather be in the bar or sleeping with your Thai woman, and suddenly you're missing work deadlines and before you know it, you get the sack. And now you don't know what to do. Or maybe you're the sexpat who falls in love with every bar girl and the sudden realisation that all of them only want you for your money. Or you're stressed out because you've been having relationships with the local ladyboys and are worried your family back home is going to find out. There are instances where a Thai girl actually uses a guy up, drains them of all their money and spits them out, leading to his death, but I believe it is a small minority. What if you have no opportunity to change the situation short of leaving? Most men will not admit that it is probably the best thing they could do is to go home. They will not want to go back to the life they left behind to come to Thailand. At the end of the day, there is a high concentration of men who are so adamant about making a move to Thailand that they do so without a backup plan, without a retirement fund, or just do it when their life isn't at the stage that they are able to afford it. It's easy for men to get seduced and believe they will always be a handsome man to the Thai woman because they were oh so handsome on their 2-week vacation. When reality sets in, it's too much for a lot of them. You really do have to have a long-term plan if you want to spend the rest of your life in Thailand. You must be able to afford it long-term. Unless you have a large amount of money in the bank, you need to have a weekly income with a backup amount of money in your account. You need to be able to afford insurance. If your health takes a turn for the worse, healthcare for an expat can be expensive. Make sure you choose wisely with Thai women. Don't be an ostrich and have your head in the sand. There are many quality women in Thailand, but there are also some that are not exactly trustworthy. Remember, you are dealing with a different culture when it comes to Thai families, etc., etc. Men jumping off a building is a tragic way to lose your life. Despair is a dangerous emotion. If someone is considering self-harm or suicide, it's crucial to seek help from mental health professionals or support services. If this is you, please talk to someone.